Welcome to my quest guide for doing brand new skill related quest, Pandemonium. Now Pandemonium is going to be the quest you're going to need to unlock the brand new skill in old school Runescape, sailing. Now to start this quest you don't need any requirements, you just need to come down to the Port Sarim and speak to Anne and Will and this will get you started. Now the basis of this quest is to give you a brief introduction into the sailing skill with some explanations as well, so we'll make sure to go through details on each step, but we'll make sure it's not too long of a quest guide. Now I normally make Runescape free content. However, you can never really turn down a update of a brand new skill, so let's go and jump in and speak to Will and Anne. So what you need to do for this is basically hold the spacebar. Will and Anne want to go and explore and find something and start Pandemonium. So once you've started Pandemonium, you can just hold the spacebar and then they'll go and set you onto the first sort of training boat. And we'll talk through some of the mechanics and stuff of how we're going to be sailing. So just select that you are ready and then we'll get onto the boat. So to be able to run a boat and start a boat, you need to navigate the helm, which is this stick here. And this is for all forms of boats. We have full control of the boat from here. So once you hold the spacebar, they'll just talk about Pandemonium and stuff like that. But we're going to click navigate the helm, which now means we have control of the boat. So we have this option here where you set the sails. That is going to stop the boat. And then you also have reverse and also set sails. Set sails is when you want to go quicker. So if we go and set sails, basically all you just do is click where you want to navigate the boat from there. It's actually quite easy. I thought it was going to be a bit more difficult than what it was. But all you want to do really is to go south. You want to go to south to the point where Will is going to turn around and tell you to anchor the boat, because we're going to set the hook off and try and see if we can scavenge some form of loot. So keep heading south basically until the point you can see the sunken ship, and that is when you'll need to stop. But all you need to do is hit set sails, and then you will stop the boat completely, and then you can then move on to the next bit of the quest. So as you can see, really, just click sort of like south, southwest-ish, and then you'll go a little bit more south. Trim the sails. Again, you have some random events which sometimes can happen. That actually didn't happen the first time I did it, so I guess it's just random and stuff like that. So keep going south, and then we'll get to the point where we'll need to set the sail. This will be it. So salvaging is basically setting your salvaging hook to see if you can get anything from the sea. So click on that and we're going to go and have a dig around to see if we can get any loot, and the interface will show you that you pull something out. However, we are going to get betrayed. So Anne is going to quite quickly yeet us into the sea, and then we're going to go and wash ashore on Pandemonium. So we have been betrayed by Will and Anne. So this is going to start the biggest revenge arc in the world, where we're going to go and find our own and build our own boat. So now we're going to wash up ashore on Pandemonium, and then we're going to go and walk into the bar. And as always, you're going to want to speak to the barkeeper. So Squawking Steve Beanie is going to be the man we're going to go back and forward to. And we also have the guy here, Brass Hand Harry, who has the brand new sailing skill cape. So Steve has told us to go and speak to this man here, Ribs. So we'll speak to Ribs real quick. So Ribs is going to go and tell us to go and speak to Steve. So we'll go and head to speak to Steve really quick. And then Steve is going to go and tell us to speak to the main man, Junior Jim, who's going to talk through what we're going to do in terms of having our own boat. So again, hold the spacebar and then we'll just find where Will and Anne have gone. Again, there's quite a lot of dialogue in this quest, so you might want to sort of read it if you want to. Me personally, as always, I'll just hold the skip button because I don't have the time for that. So we're going to go and get our own boat. So we're going to speak to Junior Jim, and Junior Jim's going to give us some ideas of going to go and get our own boat. So we need to go and do some things for Junior Jim, and then we'll give the access to our boat. We can then go and sail and try that for the first time. So from this quest, you're going to get level 5 sailing, so it's a really nice introduction of how to do things. So Junior Jim is going to teleport us to the shipyard, and this is where you can go and improve your boat. So click on the gangplank, click on the building the hotspots. You don't actually need the items for this, so you're going to go and be able to build your first storage for free as well. So click back up on the gangplank, go and speak to Junior Jim, and then Junior Jim will teleport you back here. So what Junior Jim's going to do is sort of give you a challenge of going to get some cargo for him from Port Sarim. So basically what you need to do now is go and click the gangplank. Anytime you click the gangplank, you can disembark and then go onto your boat. So if you click on the gangplank, you can then go and grab your boat. Now, like I mentioned before, you can't start sailing until you've clicked the helm. So once you've clicked the helm, then you have access to do it. Speed yourself up and then you can move. Now, the thing is with these boats is that you are limited to a certain speed unless it appears if you're catching the wind. If you're catching the wind, you'll get more speed, which I suppose is about right. So to do this, you're going to go slightly northwest, and then once you've got past this island, it's just simply north until you get to Port Sarim. Once you want to disembark from your boat, you need to click on the gangplank. The gangplank will then get you onto the docks, and then we can go and collect some items. Now, don't run into the island like I did, because that will cause you problems. But once you get around it, you can then just simply go north. It's just simply northwest and then north to get to Port Sarim. Now, you get a little bit of an idea of where the ports are because you see these little floating things which are around the docks, which give you an idea that you are close to the dock as well. Now, there are some dolphins here, which I'm sure you'll attack, and if that's not giving you flashbacks of South Park, I don't know what is happening. But yeah, so we're simply going to go in, go through here. This is going to be about Moosa Point, so we're just going to try and swing in. And then once you see these dock boys, that's when you're going to know you are here. So you can see the gangplank because you've got the flag above here. Click disembark, and then we can go and grab some cargo. So for the cargo, you just need to go to the port master and go and grab from the table with the gold coins, and that's where you can get your cargo. So go and grab and take cargo, and then click on board with the gangplank. Also as well, it seems that you can do it with friends, so maybe you can do it with multiple people. So go to quick deposit your cargo because you can't navigate your ship if you've got cargo, and then go on to navigate helm. Get round the yard just so you can basically put on your quicker speed, and then just go from there. And this is what I liked about this quest and sailing in general. It is quite chill, to be fair. Like, it does seem decent. And I think once you've got things like cannons and stuff on your ship and you can go and attack monsters, I think it'll be pretty decent XP as well. So yeah, basically what we're going to do is repeat what we've just done. We're going to go the same route to go back to Pandemonium. And then once you're on Pandemonium, you want to click on the same type of gold table, which you did before, because you will basically deposit your cargo. Now, what you want to do before disembarking on your raft, you need to get your cargo and then you can disembark. Because if you disembark without your cargo, basically you leave it, and then that means you're going to have to go and do the step again. Because once you leave and you have stuff in the cargo, it is basically deleted and you don't have access to it as well. But it seems that the dolphins you can attack, these birds you can also attack as well. So maybe that's how you're going to get some XP, is by doing that. But I'm really interested to see how this skill is to train and all the stuff you can do with it as well. So maybe we do a little video of like just trying to get 99. This count is actually maxed, so I do need to do sailing to re-get the cape. So once you've gone around this boat and you're sort of relatively close enough to the disembark thing, you're going to need to hit the sails, which means you're going to stop. And then what you need to do then is go and collect your cargo. So if you open your basic cargo hold, you're going to grab that and withdraw it, and then you're going to click on the gangplank to then go onto the docks. And you want to speak to the port master and also deposit your cargo, and that's going to give you some sailing XP, and that's going to be your first bit of sailing levels, and that is level 2. So then we're going to speak to Junior Jim. Junior Jim's going to be happy that we've done his cargo, and he's going to direct us back to Steve. He's also going to show us as well, this is the task area where you go and find different requests for cargo or stuff. That's how you're going to train sailing, is by going to the notice board. And then finally, to round the quest off, we're going to go and speak to Steve and also a man called Old Grog. He's going to go and hunt Will and Ann for us, so no doubt it's going to be another part of a questline series, which I do like actually. I like that they're going to have a questline series for this skill, because no doubt we'll have to go and hunt Will and Ann, and at that point we will throw them in the sea and then let them drown. However, that is Pandemonium quest finished. From that, we're going to get 1 quest point, access to the sailing skill, access to Pandemonium, a raft, 300 sailing XP, and 25 sawmill coupons. That is going to wrap this quest line up and I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope it's helped. I hope it was nice and speedy for you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I mainly do Runescape 3 videos, but I am going to give sailing a go. So if you are interested in seeing the content for sailing, and maybe some other stuff on the 07 game as well, please hit that subscription button. If not, just like the video, please. It will really help me out to get the video out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.